carry my bed into New York City tonight, complete with dangling sheets and ripped blankets. I'm going to push it across 3 dark highways, or coast along under 600,000 faint stars. I want to have it with me so I don't have to beg, for too much shelter from my weak and exhausted friends. I want to be as close as possible to my pillow, in case the dreamer of fantasy should pass by. I want to fall asleep on my own fire escape, and wake up dazed and hungry, to the sound of garbage grinding in the street below, and the smell of coffee cooking in the window above. So the title of this poem is 96 Vandam, and it's by Gerald Stern. And there are all sorts of imagery in this poem, as you can see, such as, I am going to carry my bed into New York City tonight. And the sheets and blankets on the bed are described to be dangling and ripped. So the speaker has tattered sheets that are probably dirty and filthy from him or her sleeping everywhere. So this implies that the speaker of the poem is homeless, and obviously they're in New York City, which is actually given in the title because 96 Vandam is a New York City address. And the poem is basically about appreciating the little things that we see and live through every day. Such as like the garbage disposal in the morning, or the coffee that you smell when you wake up, which is actually what the speaker refers to later in the poem. And the speaker in the poem isn't asking for money or for food or for anything like that, but basically is implying that people need to notice their existence and for a moment to share the freedom that comes from being without a rank or a place in the world as someone that is homeless would face, such as a world where status and possessions loom so large. Homeless people don't have any status, they don't have any possessions, so they can actually like interpret the world for what it really is and by the little things that they see and experience every day. And so, as the speaker says at the end of the poem, I long to wake up to the smell of coffee in the morning. And this sounds really simplistic and literal, as it is just coffee. It's actually very important because it shows how the speaker craves the littlest things that come with living in a home or not living in a home, such as waking up to the sound of the garbage disposal outside and to the smell of coffee. And coffee is such a simple thing. It shows how the speaker really appreciates these little things and just knows how to experience life looking for these little things and not just focusing on possessions or status because they don't even have that anymore. And so that's something that I personally want to apply to my life as well, because I think that's the main message of the poem, that we should appreciate life for what it really is and not for the possessions that we have, because as you can see, the speaker in this poem doesn't have any.